Hello viewers, Elemus118, and I know it's been a while, and I'm sorry for that, but it's time finally for another episode of my GTA ramming series. As always, in the background you're seeing a countdown from worst to best in terms of vehicle momentum for the utility class, which I promised at the end of the previous video in the series. Vehicle momentum is calculated by multiplying a vehicle's top speed by weight value. Both values come from Bruffy1322's testing spreadsheet. Links to that and his website in the video description, alongside a link to the GTA Wiki, which is where all of these images come from. There's a link to my own testing spreadsheet, which covers this video series, or rather, this video series covers. There's a link to my playlist for this video series, in case you want to see other classes that I've covered in this series already, and indeed will cover in the future. And there's also links down there to the individual pieces of music you hear in the background. So, the utility class. A wide variety of vehicles in this class, really. Nothing too spectacular in terms of momentum values. Although we are starting to creep up already. We're over 100,000 kilogram meters per second, which is the SI unit for momentum, by the way. That's why I'm using it. With the utility truck or van version in 8th place there, followed by the scrap truck in 7th. There are a lot of vehicles in this class that have a high weight. Some of them, however, in fact quite a lot of them, are very slow. But in general, as I've mentioned in previous videos of the series, weight tends to vary more in all of these vehicles than the speed does. I think the highest speed anything goes on land is 150 miles per hour, which compared to real life is not much. Whereas you've got weights that can go up to 60 tons or whatever. I can't remember exactly which vehicle has the highest weight on the ground, that is. Things in the air might have higher weights, I can't remember. Anyway, we got through the tow trucks that were in 6th and 5th place. For some reason the small one, which is based on the slam van, has a higher momentum. I think it's because it's the same weight, but yet it gets a faster top speed. I don't know how it's got the same weight as the large one, but you know, Rockstar logic, I guess, is the answer for that. We had the utility truck in 4th place, the ordinary version of the utility truck. The Ripley in 3rd place, and the cherry picker version of the utility truck in 2nd place. It's heavier than the ordinary utility truck, which is why it gets higher position. And then in 1st place, weirdly, we've got the Dock Tug, with a massive momentum of 258,844 kilogram meters per second. This vehicle is apparently very heavy. Who knew? It weighs a total of 10.4 tons, which is nearly 3 tons more than the cherry picker version of the utility truck, which weighs 7.5 tons. So even though it only goes 56 miles per hour, the Dock Tug uses its weight to just absolutely demolish everything else in the class for ramming. I've never seen a Dock Tug, but apparently it's very good at ramming. And here's the graph, as usual, at the end, comparing all the values. You can see the lawnmower right on the right hand side there, having absolutely nothing to compete with anything else in the class. And then the Dock Tug, cherry picker at the top, with everything else sort of in the middle. You can see there's a big difference between the rusty tractor and the Sadler. There's sort of the low end group there between the tractor and the lawnmower, before you get a big jump up through the Sadler and things like that, all the way up to the Dock Tug. So kind of interesting there, but also kind of predictable as well. So, you know, Dock Tug at the top, quite surprised for me. Maybe surprising for you, I don't know. It weighs an awful lot, which is why it gets so high. So, as always with this video series, we're now going to show you some gameplay examples of some of these vehicles ramming stuff. In the first instance here, we've got the Saddler on the left and the utility van on the right. And there's nothing really too, spectacular with all these. I mean, nothing spins out ferociously when it rams things. I don't think anything is particularly fast enough in the class to do that. The Saddler is the fastest thing, and it can only go about 100. So what mostly happens with these vehicles is that either things just kind of stop dead, or slowly push things out of the way, which is not surprising to me. None of these vehicles would be ones that I would choose to ram things with, if you know what I mean. I'd rather choose a fast sports car or something like that. We've also got the scrap truck on the left here and the ordinary version of the utility truck on the right. I'm not going to show you all the vehicles in the class, obviously. It would take far too long for that, and also it's difficult, as I mentioned earlier with the Dock Tug, for example. I've never seen one. Difficult to get your hands on some of these vehicles. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen a rusty tractor either, so I wouldn't be able to show that. And some of the vehicles, they just don't spawn online anyway, so I don't really want to test vehicles in story mode, because your story mode character can fly out to the front of the vehicle if you crash too hard. Whereas that doesn't happen in GTA Online, of course, which is where I'm testing all of these. As I said already, these vehicles, when they ram stuff, they don't really, have a smooth sort of ramming through the vehicle as such. That doesn't just push vehicles to the side and keep going at the speed it basically was just before it rammed things. It has to pick up the speed again. And, it's not, they're not awfully fun to ram things in, so I don't really recommend choosing these kind of vehicles if you are going to just want to drive around and ram stuff. All the good vehicles for that really have already been shown in previous classes. So with that, that's pretty much everything I wanted to show you in this video. And, the utility class, and we're starting to get to more of the lesser known classes now. They're not going to be quite as fun to ram things with, I don't think. Even though we're going to start picking up a lot of these vehicles are going to have a lot of momentum, especially when we get to the military class at the end. That will be quite something, I'm sure. So that's it for this video. Feel free to subscribe, of course, if you aren't already, if you want to see more videos in this series. Hopefully you enjoyed watching, or maybe you got something useful out of it. Who knows? And as always, I'll see you next time.